Remember, if you haven't registered yet for the Salem 5K, 10K, please do so over in front of the Bank of Salem. And you can also register at that time for the Color Run. That'll be held a little bit later on this morning. We'll be getting things underway here shortly. Please make sure you register.
So we've talked about it for multiple months, and I've actually thought of it for a couple years. But to actually get people together and actually start talking about it, we started in December. And we had to look at the event calendar for our community. Okay, what events could, we don't want to interfere with other big events. So we had to look at that and see which time we thought made the most sense. And first of all, you have to kind of get a race committee put together. You've got people from different perspectives that have really good ideas to help an event run smoothly.
So when Sean came to us for, the idea of the Run Salem, the 5K, 10K, and I'm like, we need to get kids involved. We need a color run. Those are so fun for the entire family. The point of the color run is not distance. It's not, how fast you can run anything. A lot of people walk. Parents come and bring the kids in the stroller even. So the color run is going to be so fun to get the whole family involved. And so we're hoping the 5K, 10K runners will then get done with their run, and then their family would join them for the color runs for just a really fun event. These kinds of events that are just that the whole family can enjoy.
But to plan a race like this, you're going to have a website to where people can go online to register for the event. You'll also have to create flyers to help advertise the program. In our case here in Nick County, if you want to help pay for those advertisements, you have to meet with tourism committee and propose how you would spend some of those money and how it would benefit Nick County for tourism.
So we help promote and advertise for the event. We do a lot of advertising outside of our area that brings tourist visitors and people interested in these events into the community. When you're bringing in a big event like this, you want people to utilize the visitor center and the chamber, because usually in most communities we know that there's a chamber or a visitor center and they're just that local hub of information. We are part of a District 9 chamber, and so we do have meetings with some of our other chamber members and just bounce ideas off them, what's working, what kind of events they're hosting. We have relationships with some of our close ones, so if they're doing an event, we help advertise for it, because we know if people are coming into their community, there's a chance that they're going to go ahead and drop into our community.
You have to get street closure requests from the city. You know, if you're going to block off certain streets in town, you have to coordinate with local law enforcement to make sure that the crossing points for the 10K and 5K participants, especially on a high traffic street and highway, make sure it's going to be safe enough for them to cross over on those.
We know for Run Salem, we're blocking off some streets in the beginning, but during the main part of the run, the streets won't be closed, you know, and so if there's something you need for that to help with traffic control, that's a role of the city. I know our police department has been wonderful. Our chief of police has been great about, okay, what do we need to do for traffic flow and blocking things off? You know, if you have an idea for an event, the city really is there as that support role, both myself as well as the city in general, to support you in whatever you need to make that successful.
And so we're thankful to have the Salem Police Department helping us out with that on race day. You have to get your volunteers, you have to recruit the volunteers in. A lot of stuff you have to think about when planning a 5K, 10K.
Our official race time is 7:50, so we ask everybody to start meandering up here toward the start line so we can go over a few things before the race, obviously. Well, good morning. Thank you for joining us for the Salem 5K, 10K, and the Color Run. My name is Stan Stevens with KSMO Media. Honored to help give you the instructions here today and be with you. Appreciate that. So remember, when we're running today, this is an open course, so you have to be aware of traffic out there. But let's do this and help raise some funds. First off, please be aware of traffic. There will be monitors at most of the intersections. Salem Police Department will be positioned, and they will be out there in the busy intersections to help you cross the highway safely. There will be directions at each major turn on the course. This will help you, and the court marshals will be there to make sure that you turn at the correct location. There'll also be 3 water stations available for the 10K. There'll be 1 available for the 5K. So be sure to thank the volunteers that have come out to help make this event a success. From packet pickup to course marshals to the first responders, this could not be put on without their contributions. We also like to thank all the sponsors for underwriting the cost of this event, either by donation, the contribution of services, and supplies. Now, once you cross the finish line, check out the Love Thy Neighbor fundraiser set up in front of the courthouse lawn on 4th Street. The Phelps Health Color Run will begin at 10 o'clock. That's the start at the starting line right here, not down below like we did last year. It'll be right here. If you have not registered for the Color Run yet, you can still do that at the registration table in front of the Bank of Salem. So stretch out, get ready to go, and momentarily we'll have Mr. David Hancock in the national anthem. So be prepared for 5K, 10K fun. Have fun with it. Again, we thank you for joining us for the Salem 5K, 10K. We're about ready to get things underway, but before we do that, we're going to salute America with our national anthem. With our national anthem today, Mr. David Hancock, First Baptist Church. Thank you, sir. Holding the flag, and please salute the flag if you're a veteran, and please honor the flag by removing your caps. Mr. Bob Gravely. Thank you, Bob, for appreciate you doing that. David?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb's bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Would you join me in a word of prayer before we get started? Dear Lord, we thank you for such a beautiful morning that we can gather together, that we can come together and on this run. We just pray that you would bless each runner with good health and safety, and that you would be glorified through all that we do. We love you, Lord. We thank you for your love for us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, David. We've got 2 minutes to get ready to go for the Salem 5K, 10K, so let's get ready to line them up.
Good morning, guys. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is our more competitive runners, you can start just coming towards the front here. Our more relaxed runners just kind of hang on back, but you're a small group, so come on forward, guys. There you go. So what we'll do, guys, as we get started, we're going to have a horn. I think Stan's going to shoot us off. You guys will pass underneath here. You follow the route. When you guys are coming back down this road again, you'll pass under the arch one more time to collect your finish time, okay? After a couple minutes, you can find your results on the blue screen at the front of the white truck here. You can also scan your QR code at the bottom of your bib, and that will take you to our results page as well. Once again, guys, be careful out there, have lots of fun, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you, sir. 1 minute and 10 seconds and counting. Again, we thank everybody for participating in this year's 5K, 10K. And we do want to remind everybody the color run will be coming up at 10 immediately following these races. You get registered and have some fun with that. And, of course, if you know anybody that has not yet registered for the color run, they will have time following the race. "25 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, our runners are off, having a good time, just getting underway. Nice line of runners in 5K and 10K making their way down 4th Street. Remember, 5K and 10K go a little bit different directions. They all start out going the same direction, though. As you can tell from our camera, they continue to make their way up the hill now. A lot of them on 4th Street heading toward Pershing. This is the Salem 5K, 10K. A lot of great sponsors making it possible for this to happen. It is to help raise funds for our trails in the future to do more running and have more kids and people have the opportunity to get out and enjoy the beautiful Ozarks. It's a great way to get started. We continue to watch the progression of the 5K, 10K as they make their way up Pershing, or toward Pershing, I should say, on 4th Street. I want to thank Kenny Prezant for doing the remote cameras. We're able to bring you parts of this 5K and 10K. Some very competitive runners are involved in this run, but there are also a lot of people just here to help support the community. It takes everybody to help make it possible, and we do appreciate that. Got a nice contingent of 5K walkers right now making their way up 4th Street toward Pershing. If you have enjoyed the stream, we will be featuring interviews that were held talking about the importance of holding events like 5K and 10K and Color Run. And we'll be interjecting those as we move along yet this morning. Couldn't really pick a better day to do this. It's absolutely fantastic weather-wise. The sun is out, sky is blue, a little breeze out of the north. And there will be a color run held later on this morning. So we talked a little bit about interviews. Let's show one of those interviews right now.
So the Run Salem event was a idea from Sean Bowlerjack, who is a great community member and a great friend of Healthy Dent County. And he's also in charge of the Heroes Marathon that's so successful in our community.
The beginning of this, I went to a race in a nearby community where they had a 4-mile run, and that event started and finishes in downtown. So they brought in 500 plus runners. That inspired me to start a conversation with some folks in our community about, hey, I think we can pull this off in our community and we can have it benefit some cause or something in our community. I got with my running friends, and which is the Salem Running Club, and also got with Health of Dent County, and we created this race committee to talk about, what kind of races do we want to have here, where do we want to start, finish, what cause do we want to support.
So Sean wanted to get more local people involved, people that can't necessarily do the whole marathon in November kind of thing. But he also had the idea of raising money for a future trail system. There's not a lot of a trail system around here, and we'd like to have that, kind of like Rolla has, St. James has. And so the funds that'll be raised for this will just go, we'll save and we'll keep until we can, get grants and things like that to build a trail system in our community.
As we met a few months ago, one of the things that we talked about was planning a 5K, 10K, and also a color run for this race to not only get adults involved, but to get kids involved too. And that kind of started this whole process of the Run Salem 5K, 10K, and Health of Dent County Color Run.
All right, we're here at the Salem 5K, 10K Color Run, and it's a wonderful event. Great day. Hope you can come on out and enjoy part of that color run a little bit later on this morning if you obviously are not participating in a 5K, 10K. But we do have a lot of great participants. They're on their way. We'll be giving you another little camera shot of that in just a moment. Right now, though, we want to talk a little bit about, well, actually an interviewer will talk a little bit about the importance of community events. And we want to tell you all these kind of events like this really support our community and the great people involved. Let's take an interview on community events.
It's important to have these kind of community events to bring people together. One of the things I love about Health of Dent County's mission is that they're dedicated to improve the health and quality of life here in Dent County. And I think having an event like this would meet both of those mission statements, if you will, for Health of Dent County. It just brings people together and just to have a healthy, fun family activity.
Hope you enjoyed that. And right here, the reason why we're doing the 5K, 10K, I mentioned just a few minutes ago, is to put another trail system in for the Salem area where people can run and enjoy and get things out and about, and whether they're cross-country runners or just sprinters or just want to do this just to stay in shape, and the importance of that. Sean Bolerjack has a comment on that trail system. Let's hear Sean's interview.
I think it was 2018, I was part of the visioning committee for the city of Salem. We had students from Drury University in Springfield come up, and they put on this public meeting where citizens came in. They talked about what they like to see. They had paper posted up around the room, and they put in stickers on them of which ones was priority to them and what they would like to see. And two of the things that we talked about there, that was kind of a priority, is kind of what this event's covering. One is doing more events in downtown, which is the heart of the community. And then the other one was having a trail system to improve health and improve the quality of life here. So all the proceeds from this event will go towards a fund for a future trail system in our community. And there's a lot of benefits to having a trail in your community. We have a couple trails in town, but what we'd like to see is to have a lot more mileage of trails in our community. And it'll take time to develop a big trail system like you'll see in nearby communities like Rolla. But what we wanted to do is just get a start on that and start planning on creating more trails for our community.
Thank you. Appreciate those interviews. And we want to thank all the participants, and not only the runners that are here, but also everybody who made this possible. And it's a great thing to have a good organization like the Salem Running Club getting a bunch of sponsors, getting people interested in putting together a Salem 5K, 10K like we have run today, and then the color run on top of that. But a lot of times, running is an individual sport, obviously. You do it by yourself, but you can also do it as a team. But it's also nice to be encouraged. Here's a little word from Jackie Cisco about you get a little bit of maybe a little encouragement from supporters.
Just put one foot in front of the other. Just, make time. You don't have to start out running, start out walking. Just enjoy being outside. Enjoy your family. It doesn't have to be just you. If you like to go by yourself with your headphones on, that's great. But just one foot in front of the other and just get started. Just go.
Thank you, Jackie. And of course, what we're doing right now and what you're watching right now is the streaming of this event. This was a part of the request that Mr. Sean Bowler, Jack Salem Running Club, wanted to be able to stream this event live so people who can't make it can enjoy what these people are doing, see them in action running, and enjoy being a part of our community. And of course, streaming is the kind of the new way of keeping people involved. Let's tell you a little bit about how we got involved. And first, I want to thank our Tourism Tax Committee for allowing this to happen, because without their contribution of tax dollars to this, it would not be possible. So let's tell you about how we can actually stream this event. Reason being that we actually get a chance to do this is really by the grace of our tourism tax dollars that come into play here in Dent County. So people who can't make it to the event or may have somebody running in the event get a chance to actually see what's going on. So we're going to be talking about the people running in the event. We're going to be doing some interviews with those people. We're actually going to be seeing them run. We're going to introduce them as they start coming into the finish line and get a chance to possibly chat with them afterwards and get their opinion of how they thought the run went. So you've got a 5K, you got a 10K, so you're going to have staggered people coming in at different times. I think it's going to be an exciting event, because when you have people that are running competitively, obviously, you never know what they're going to say when they get done. Are they really looking around and seeing what's around them, or are they just concentrating on the road? I always like to get people's ideas, because when you do compete, sometimes you get so focused that you only see the 5 steps in front of you or whatever. But sometimes people who are just enjoying the run, they get a chance to open their eyes to a whole new world out there in Salem that maybe they just don't know. And that's going to be our big part of this, is actually being able to confer with these people when they get done running and actually have a chance to cool down and just start asking them some questions. What did you see on your run? Or how did you run? How did you think the race was? Was it competitive? Do you think that the route was a good route? Get their opinions, and then afterwards we'll find out what we put it all together and just see what they do for the Heroes Marathon, which has been such a great success. That we want this to kind of tie into that. We're looking forward to getting bigger and bigger every year, and we hope to be doing this exact same thing again the next year. So a lot is involved in streaming these productions, and we want to thank everybody involved. Speaking of that, it takes camera people to do so, and Kenny Brzan is out by the Salem High School. He is getting shots out that way. We'll be bringing those to you off and on yet this morning, and he'll be doing other remote locations so you can see exactly where these runners are going on this stream. We do want to again thank everybody for being a part of the 5K, 10K, making it possible to help support the trail system that they hope to be able to put in here in Salem in the very near future. So we hope that if you get the opportunity to support an event like this, you get on out and do so. Mr. Sean Bowerjack, why don't you come here just a second? I've already featured you on an interview just moments ago. I know it's a little bright out here. Anyway, come on up here to our little interview spot here, and I want to thank you again and the Salem Running Club and all the great sponsors for making it possible. Without them, it doesn't happen, does it?
It doesn't, and we want to thank you guys as well for helping to get the word out and to live stream this to the community too. So this year we have about 155 participants total for the 5K, 10K, and the color run. And all the proceeds from this event will go towards a feature trail system in our community. So we're grateful for them to show up, and we're grateful for all of our sponsors and volunteers to help make the event what it is today.
I don't think people realize how many people have to be involved. You have to get marshals, you have to get monitors, you got a timekeeper here, people to get the awards, everything else. Sean, it's a coordinated effort, but this starts way back in the winter, doesn't it?
It does. We have a race committee that makes up of the Salem Running Club and also the Healthy County folks, and it takes months to plan this event to kind of coordinate, the medal orders, the shirt orders, chalk, all the above.
And to put the order in for the weather too, right?
That's correct. We've been blessed the past couple of years, had nice weather, so.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
That's Sean Bolerjack, Salem Running Club, being a big part of what we do here. Are we ready to take a remote shot? All right. Right now, as you're streaming with us, you're seeing the live shots from the Salem High School and the runners there. I want to thank Kenny for being able to get there and make that possible for us to be able to bring you those shots right here on this stream of Salem 5K, 10K. Hope you're enjoying our streaming coverage of the Salem 5K, 10K. I'm going to break away from the camera for just a minute and give you a little interview with Jackie Sisko on the importance of community events.
It's just bringing everybody together from all walks of life. You meet new people. We have a lot of people coming in from other areas that are might enjoy fitness, or they might enjoy the runs, and this is just bringing them together with local people that enjoy the same thing, and it's just a great event to get people together.
Thank you, Jackie. We appreciate that. And, of course, we're still waiting for our first arrivers from the Salem 5K. That's going to be real soon. So we hope you stick around for that. We'll be catching that as they come toward the finish line. But let's also talk about the trail system. There is always a need for more recreational activities, not only for our youth, but for our adults as well. Let's hear a little more about that in our next interview.
People moving to our area, they love all we have to offer outdoors. And events like this just builds on that, and fundraising for the new trail system is going to be a great asset for our community members, and our tourists alike.
Thank you for being with us. And, of course, if you're watching right now, we're going to go back to the Salem High School, watch another group of the Salem 5K and 10K runners and walkers. And that's why we're here. We're trying to bring you the action as it happens. And it's kind of fun to do this and break away. And I have no idea where they are. And that's the fun part about this whole thing. We're being able to do this remotely. And that's why we really appreciate all the cooperation, not only of the Salem Running Club and all the sponsors that make this possible, but again, I want to thank our Tourism Tax Committee. For without them, this couldn't be possible. I want to thank them again for their cooperation and making this possible to help you find out what's going on in your community, Salem 5K, 10K, or streaming wherever you might be, anywhere in the world. So let's watch some of those runners and walkers right now. Hope you're enjoying our shots from the Salem High School. As you see, a nice contingent of people, part of the Salem 5K and 10K. Right now, our first runner making his way through, coming toward the finish line. This is for the Salem 5K, and 25:53. Our first runner comes across here at the finish line on 4th Street. Congratulations. Many more will be making their way through shortly. Let's head back to that high school shot for you. As we break back to 4th Street, our second 5K runner coming in. He's carrying a backpack. He's running for a purpose. Our third 5Kers coming in. We'll continue to see more and more of them making their way down to 4th Street. We got Ryan with us. Ryan came in second in the 5K. Ryan, nice run.
Yeah, it was really challenging but fun. Good weather for it.
Perfect weather for it.
Yeah, I really tried to catch that guy in first. Kept my eye on him for a long time, and once we got up over the Tiger Pride up there by the high school, he just got completely away from me. There's just no way. So I just did the best I could, and I saw the finish line, and I wanted to get that sub 28 at least. So I just zoomed as quick as I could and got in here.
How challenging?
I would say one of my more challenging 5Ks for sure, because I really pushed myself because I realized I was one of the leaders of the pack. So I was really, hoping for that number one, but number two's great.
I asked you about your backpack, and you said it's water because you need to drink.
Yeah, I like to keep a few accessories with me. It was a little cool this morning, so I have a hoodie in there. I actually brought an alternate shirt, too, because I didn't know if I wanted to wear my race shirt or not, but chose to wear the race shirt.
Well, congratulations coming in second. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate it. That's what it's all about, is getting out and having some fun, staying in shape, And you heard it right there from our second place finisher, Miss Ryan. And of course, we've got more people coming around the corner here very shortly. That'll be finishing up here. Here comes another runner for the 5K, making his way toward the finish line. 32:53 is the time as we speak right now. He's going to try and beat that 33 mark, but I don't think he's going to make it. $33.07, and we really appreciate everybody with the run today. And we see more 5Kers making their way across Jackson Street up by the post office, heading toward the finish line here on 4th Street. Haven't seen our first 10Ker yet. Don't expect to see them yet for another few minutes, but they'll be making their way down the same path toward the finish line. Well, we did. And we have another runner making their way down. Another 5Ker. And another one making that turn of the corner. You'll see a few more, including what looks like Coach Patterson up there from the basketball team. Finishing strong. Another 5K crossing the finish line. Let's talk a little bit about words of encouragement and how important it is for these runners, because they're out there, they're running. And as Ryan was kind of telling you, you're on your own, but when you're still always looking for somebody to give you that extra little push, Let's hear from Sherry about words of encouragement here on our KSMO media stream of the Salem 5K and 10K.
Just get out there and walk. If you can't run a 5K, run a 10K. Just come and walk. It'll be fun. Just bring your family and friends, and the color run's going to be a lot of fun. Bring your whole entire family out to the color run, and we can all be doused with all kinds of color, and it's just a fun community event.
Thank you, Sherry. And of course, we have more finishers coming in. It looks like the Pattersons are on the way in. There they come. I'm not sure who's going to win. It's always fun to have that old timer and that youngster racing against each other. I know how that feels. Anyway, nonetheless, great run, great run. Of course, we'll have many more finishers finishing up here on the Salem 5K, 10K run. Couple more finishers coming toward the line. They're pushing each other, trying to drive. Who's going to win? Great race, great race. We talked about the reason this is all being held is for a trail system here in the Salem and Dent County area. We're going to have Sherry talk a little bit about that trail system right now.
Healthy Dent County built a trail around the upper elementary school in Salem, and so several community members use that. The teachers use it as an outdoor classroom. There's not a lot of a trail system around here, and we'd like to have that, kind of like Rolla has, St. James has. And so the funds that'll be raised for this will just go, we'll save and we'll keep until we can, get grants and things like that to build a trail system in our community.
Thanks, Sherry, for that words on the trail system and encouragement and all these things that are so important to these runners, to know that people are supporting them in what they do. And of course, it's not just for runners, it's for those leisurely people who want to take a walk, see something different in Dan County. That's what a trail system is all about. You actually get to see the behind the scenes things that many people don't ever get a chance to see in their own community. We have another finisher I know that's going to be coming around that corner just any second as we are in the Salem 5K, 10K. See if we can grab a couple more people and talk to them here in just a minute. Another finisher coming toward the finish line. Finishing strong. 39:20. Good time. While we're waiting for more finishers, we're going to talk to a couple that have already made their way through. I know this guy. Watched him play basketball, watched him coach basketball now. I don't know who this young guy is. Who's this young guy?
Jacob Patterson.
Jacob, how are you?
Good.
How was the run?
Good.
Did you beat your dad? Did you beat your uncle? I'm sorry. As soon as I said that, I caught it. Did you beat your uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Did you like the hills?
Yeah.
You like the hills?
No.
No, no. So why on earth would you lose to a guy like this? I know, you didn't intentionally.
Man, his legs, they just move so quick. He's just such a speedy little guy. He got me on this little back stretch here. So he's very sneaky.
You're a basketball guy anyway. You're a sprinter, right? The long runs just aren't the normal thing. But, we do want, while we have you on here, you want to talk about basketball team. You got camp coming up.
Yes, sir. We got camp coming up this next week. We got incoming kindergarten to second grade, 4 to 5 o'clock, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we have third to fifth grade is from 5 to 6 o'clock, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this week.
This week, and then you got the older kids camp the following week, right?
Yes, we have middle school and high school the following week. That'd be the 30th, 31st, and the 1st. And camp, you can sign up day of.
Hard to believe, but, it is time to get the kids in camp, and especially kids who may not know enough about basketball. This is the time to learn about it, isn't it, Coach?
Oh, yeah, it's a great opportunity. We have some of the high school boys help out, and it's just a great opportunity for them to get in the gym and play a little bit, learn some, and have some fun.
Appreciate your time, and congratulations. And congratulations to you, too.
Thank you.
Nice medal. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. That's Coach Jared Patterson of the Salem Basketball Tigers and his nephew. Appreciate that. I can't believe I said son because I know better. All right. More finishers coming in the Salem 5K. We've got more runners coming on the remote camera. Check those out. Large group coming up on that 5K over there on Rolla Road. And don't forget, there's a color run going to be at 10 o'clock this morning. And if you're streaming this and you have a couple of kids at home or just want to be part of it, feel free to come on out. Those registrations will be taken up until the time of the color run. So feel free to come on out and be a part of that. All goes to a good cause, helping the trail system for our future trails to be built here in Salem to help the running clubs, kids who want to do cross country, kids who just want to run, or people who just want to get out and maybe walk and enjoy the countryside. All part of what we call our community. That's what it's all about. Right now our shots are still the remote camera. And we'll be moving back to the 4th Street camera here shortly toward the finish line. We're 45 minutes, 29 seconds into the race. Many more finishers still to come. Appreciate our friends at Split Second Timing working with us here. They do a great job. Provide us with results. Keep the official time. A lot of great people involved in this community event. Tip of our cap to them. And as we see, number of finishers coming toward the finish line. Nice spry walk toward the finish line. Speed walking. Watson says that's a long way. Steve Watson. And our first 10K is coming around the bend, making its way toward the finish line. In a time of 47 and just under 26 seconds, 47 minutes, 26 seconds, probably just 47.25 point. Congratulations. Another 10K are coming in just behind the first place finisher. Just under 47.56. So if you're enjoying our picture-in-picture, still out there on Rolla Road as well as now on 4th Street. As more and more finishers make their way, they congregate and they support those who are crossing the finish line just like they did moments ago. Salem 5K, 10K, it's all about community. Steve Watson, you're kind of a part of this community, aren't you?
Well, I've been here now almost 42 years.
That's part of this community.
A long time.
How important is it to support your community and things like this?
I think it's just very good for people to get out and be seen. And look at this. That's kind of what it's all about. People are having fun, getting out, supporting everyone, and supporting the community. That's great for Salem.
So how did it feel? I understand you're a little sweaty out here.
Sweaty. Yeah, but it was nice. It was kind of cool. It was a good morning. It was perfect.
Well, we were glad that you were able to come out and make it. I know you forgot your coffee in your car. You had to go back get that. So
I got a little more walk-in.
There you go, buddy.
More walk-in.
All right.
And thanks for everything you do.
I appreciate you.
You do a great job for Salem.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you guys. Well, as you can see on the camera, we've got more finishers coming in. Another 10K are making their way toward the finish line. And a 51:24 time and plus. And many more of the 5Kers making their way through. You know, appreciate all these people make it possible. The runners, the volunteers. We don't see the Salem Police Department for their assistance. All make it happen. The sponsors that make it happen. Supporting our community. This is what this entire event is all about. It's Bob Gravely finishing up strong. Our flag holder for today's national anthem. Great community supporter. We have another 10K making their rounds, coming toward the finish line. Keeps you healthy, and it's a lot of fun. You get to do it with a whole bunch of people who have the same goal in mind as you, celebrating and honoring the Salem community. Again, if you are streaming this or just tuning in for the first time, there is a color run that's going to be held at 10 o'clock. And if you have the desire to come out on this absolutely gorgeous Saturday morning to be a part of that, you are more than welcome to. You can still register for that up till almost 10 o'clock. As you are streaming with us, we're flipping back and forth between 4th Street and our remote cameras. We hope you're enjoying that. As we're waiting for our next finishers, let's take a little look at the importance of community events and Lindsay.
It brings us all together. Not only are we volunteering for an event that is supporting our community, and for this one we'll be building trail systems and things like that that we will all be able to use, but it's just getting to know people better. When you serve together, you get to know them better. So you're building relationships, but you're also putting back into your community that you are a part of.
More and more finishers making their way on both 5K and 10K now. Great morning to be out. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the camaraderie of your fellow runners or walkers. Doesn't make any difference. Not much left of that water. I don't blame you. So you have more people coming across the finish line from the 5K. High stepping their way to the finish line. There's Jackie Sisko. Whether you walk, you run, doesn't make any difference. Just part of the event. And that's what this is all about. Salem 5K, 10K, put together by Salem Running Club. A lot of help from a number of sponsors to make this all possible. Volunteers, community leaders helping to support them and get things done. The City of Salem, Salem Police Department, all part of the Salem 5K, 10K run and part of the fun run. It'll be starting around 10 o'clock this morning. As we're waiting for our next finishers, let's talk about Salem Running Club. We mentioned them all morning. Let's hear about it right now.
When I started running in my running journey, I needed somebody to hold me accountable and keep me going. And so I heard about the running club here in Salem and reached out to them. And we would meet every morning at 5 o'clock and run through the streets of Salem in the dark. And just have a good time and enjoy the camaraderie and just the running community. If you've never been a part of it, is a very welcoming community. There's any age, size, you name it. We're all so different, but running brings us together.
Salem Running Club is pretty much just a group of friends that enjoy getting out and running different races. And since we love going to other races, we decided, why don't we have one in our backyard here?
So there's about 3 of us on the planning committee that are within that Salem Running Club, and we run together quite often. When I first moved to Salem 5 years ago, Lindsay, who's also a part of that club, works with me at First Baptist Salem, and Sean is a member of our church, and he's in that club as well. And we've just created great friendships by going to other run events throughout the Ozarks and running together locally here in town to prepare for those events. And so we just enjoy our time together and enjoy doing these type things together.
As we return to 4th Street after that interview, we've got more finishers coming across the finish line. As we mentioned, it doesn't matter how you get here, just get here. I know these people. And they made it. But that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you are a sprinter or a jogger, walker, if you're competitive, if you're not competitive, if you do it for enjoyment, if you do it to get yourself in shape. Running, walking, exercising, it's very important. That's what this is all about, and getting people back into that mode. Get yourself active. You'll be healthier for it. You have a lot of people coming in now for the color run. You'll see the white t-shirts coming through. They're going to be enjoying that here. We're an hour now, just over an hour now into our 5K, 10K. And we still have a few more out there that will be making their way toward the finish line. As we see another finisher making their way down, let's go ahead and break away for a little interview on the Run Salem inspiration, how it all got started. Let's hear that right now.
So the Run Salem event was a idea from Sean Bolerjack, who is a great community member and a great friend of Healthy Dent County. And he's also in charge of the Heroes Marathon that's so successful in our community.
At the beginning of this, I went to a race in a nearby community where they had a 4-mile run, and that event started and finishes in downtown. So they brought in 500 plus runners. That inspired me to start a conversation with some folks in our community about, hey, I think we can pull this off in our community and we can have it benefit some cause or something in our community. I got with my running friends, and which is the Salem Running Club, and also got with Healthy Dent County, and we created this race committee to talk about, what kind of races do we want to have here, where do we want to start, finish, what cause do we want to support.
So Sean wanted to get more local people involved, people that can't necessarily do the whole marathon in November kind of thing. But he also had the idea of raising money for a future trail system. There's not a lot of a trail system around here, and we'd like to have that, kind of like Rolla has, St. James has. And so the funds that'll be raised for this will just go, we'll save and we'll keep until we can, get grants and things like that to build a trail system in our community.
As we met a few months ago, one of the things that we talked about was planning a 5K, 10K, and also a color run for this race to not only get adults involved, but to get kids involved too. And that kind of started this whole process of the Run Salem 5K, 10K, and Healthy Dent County Color Run.
And as we turn, we have more 5Kers coming in. Lower part of 4th Street, get a little more crowded with everybody now returning. Also some people here getting ready for the color run, which will still be 55 minutes away. It's a great community event. You know, some of the people we don't even thank are the people that get out and put out the signs, the directional signs, to let the runners know where to go. That's a big part of the color run. I mean, it's a part of the 5K and 10K too, to know exactly where you're running, especially for those not from Salem. By the way, we can actually show you the routes of the 5K and 10K. That's available if you're streaming with us. And we'll be doing this again next year, so we hope you will consider signing up and being a part of the Salem 5K, 10K color run next year as well. So you see those routes, you're taking a very scenic view of Salem, and some streets you probably would not normally go on if you didn't live here, or even if you do live here. I mean, it's a different side of town you're not normally on. Might just notice a few things have changed since the last time you're on that street. Does happen. Told you it takes a lot of people to make this very possible. And one of those that's kind of key ingredient to a 5K, 10K is timing. Adam from Split Second Timing. How are you, buddy?
Oh, doing very well today. It's a beautiful day in Salem, Missouri.
Now, we talked before we came on doing this before about how COVID hit right after you got started in business. So things getting back to normal?
They are. Everybody's coming out. You know, everybody's really enjoying their time together and being able to participate in events like this. We're very fortunate to work with some great community members who really enjoy putting these events together, and they raise so many funds for so many great causes all around Missouri.
It's not just keeping the times, but you keep a list of all the participants, the times that they come in, so that you guys are the ones that actually, they don't know where they finish sometimes in an age group until you post the results.
Yep, that's right. So we'll collect all the timing for them. They have bibs that they wear on the front. We collect all their age divisions and everything. It's a wonderful time. It's a family event generally. We have kids, we have older folks who enjoy doing it. It's just a wonderful event for everybody.
We appreciate what you guys do, because without you guys, this really doesn't happen.
Wow. We're really glad to do it. We're fortunate.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, that's Adam from Split Second Timing, and we really appreciate them being a part of this event here at the Salem 5K and 10K. Well, we just had some 10Kers come through and a nice hard sprint. But we got a big color run coming up as well. Can you get you guys around here? So you can look right at that camera right there. See, guys,
okay. Right.
your beautiful smiles right in front of you. So you guys are here for the color run.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
How many are you?
There is.
I see 5 of you right now.
5 in our family, and then we have extended family, my brother-in-law, nephews, and everybody. So
fantastic. So what prompted you to come on out?
Just love getting out with the kids. It's always fun to get out and run.
Get them dirty and nasty.
Yeah, and then send them to mom.
Why do you guys want to do the color run?
I was forced to do this.
Forced to do it. You're gonna hate it, right?
Maybe.
I doubt it. I think you're gonna enjoy it. What about you?
I don't know. It's just fun. I did it last year.
Would you have fun last year?
Yeah. I got first.
You're here to win?
Yes.
In it to win it, right? Okay, what about you?
I'm just here because I never did it, and I think I can.
Okay, well, that's great. First timer. Gotta have that first timer. And you, young lady?
I wasn't here before because I just want to come here and race.
Very good. Well, we'll take that. Color run's a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, you really need to try it because you're going to get doused. There's just no doubt about it. It's a perfect day for it. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Good luck at the color run. Hope you win. We're here on the 5K, 10K stream. Still have a couple of people still hanging out. We're We're an hour and 15 minutes into the race. And still looking for a couple finishers. Well, we still have a couple of 10Kers out there, but we're going to go ahead and on the stream side run a couple of interviews for you. Waiting for them. They can make it through here shortly. Otherwise, we'll begin to wrap things up. So let's talk a little bit about kind of why we're here. And we'll have City Administrator Sally Burbridge on this interview.
There are statistics that show that property values increase if properties abut or along a trail system in a community. There are also statistics that show the health factors of having trail systems that the community can utilize regularly. So those are all definitely things. The events also, one of the key words in economic development is quality of life. So trail development, events in your community, what are things for you to do in your community, that's all quality of life factors. And so encouraging these types of events just helps make Salem more of the place you want to be and want to live.
Thank you, Sally. And of course, that's why we're all here. A community event, Salem 5K, 10K. Color Run's going to be coming up at 10. A lot of people are already showing up for that. A lot of different things going on. So we're about ready to wrap things up here on our stream, our live stream. And we do appreciate all those who have watched and all of you who partook in this event. It is a community helping a community, and that's what it's all about. Salem 5K, 10K. My name is Stan Stevens. Thanks for being part of our stream. We hope you enjoyed it. And, of course, the stream will be available on KSMO Media. That's KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook page, and our KSMO Stream page, which on YouTube. You can just check that out there as well. All right, for Ben, for Kenny, for all the great camera work been done, for our split-second timing, our friends there working with us, for Sean Bolerjack, Salem Running Club, for all the sponsors made it possible. Thanks for streaming with us on KSMO Media.